Okay. And let's start. Action.
So back in December, I planned for a couple of visits to Delhi, and that time usually when I go to Delhi in the evenings, if I'm staying there, I usually meet up with a friend of mine, Vaibhav.
We met at a party in CP at the social.
And that time actually was the first time I saw Akarshitha. She'd come along with some of her friends.
I was with my friend MN who had come down from Pune. So it was just a brief meeting for just 5 minutes. We just said hi, hello, and that's it.
At that point of time, really, I really did not think anything serious might happen. January, I actually added her on Facebook and we started interacting a little more. For the first 3-4 months, really nothing happened.
Then he came down to Delhi. He came back from Manali actually, and he gave me a text I would say, asking me whether I would want to meet him. And I actually had time before work. I said, okay, fine, let's meet up.
So I met her at Cannot Place, had a coffee.
But at that point, for me, nothing clicked because I thought he was totally different from who I am. So I thought that would not gel well and let's just stay friends. And considering I'm a psychologist, that analytical mind kicked in and I was like, okay, pros and cons, done, no, nothing. The weird part actually during that meeting was that he had actually asked me about marriage. And I was damn sure that I would not get married for at least 2 years because I wanted to complete my work for a year and then take up studying PhD or MPhil.
And for some odd reason, we spoke very random stuff throughout our meeting. She came 45 minutes late, but it was worth the wait now, I can say. Fortunately, in July, I had another visit to Delhi. I had 3 meetings and I had set them up in the afternoon onwards. So I texted her, I'm coming to Delhi, if you want, let's meet up for breakfast.
At that point, I actually spoke to my friend whether I should go or not, is it worth it? So then they said that, go ahead with it, just there's no harm in it. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go.
All this while because we started interacting more and because some odd reason I started to get this feeling that she seems to be a good person. She has a very nice, easygoing attitude. At the same time, she's very focused on her career. So in a way, I had started to like her a little bit.
So again, CP, which is a central point. For him also it's easier. And I went to meet him, and this time it was actually a proper meeting.
It seemed that it's going to stay the way it is. The conversations are going to be very random, regular, work conversations. And I said, okay, this is it. If I tell her now, it's okay. If I don't tell her now, I don't know whether I want to put in any more efforts into this.
We were outside the metro station. Where he told me he liked me. I was shocked at that point because it's totally unexpected, and I remember saying okay and he was so mad, I guess, at that point.
She said okay. So for me, it was weird. I said, "What do you mean, okay?" She said, "Yeah, well, let's take it a day at a time and see how it goes. I don't mind going ahead with the whole thing, but I don't know you yet, and you don't know me at all. So let's take it one at a time, one day at a time, and see how it works out." So that was a big relief, first off. And then I said, "Okay, fine. So let's take it one day at a time."
Then we went back home and we started talking, chatting, Skyping.
But the more I thought about it, the more I thought delaying it is not correct. Because I know I want to stay with this person. So why delay it at all? Because every day that I spend without her is a day gone by without living with my partner.
Over Skype, one day he asked me whether I wanted to get married to him. And without batting an eyelid, I just said yes. Nachiket had spoken to his parents and he had called me up at work and he told me that it's about high time you talk to your parents. My mother already knew, so the only person left was my father. I had decided to talk to him on a Sunday morning, no work. He was there, then I told him to mute the TV and just listen to me. And then I started talking about Nachiket, his family, his work, his interests and everything. So after it was over, I looked at my father and I asked him, okay, so what do you think? Only one thing he said, okay, that's it.
She called me up in the evening and she said, I've got something to tell you. I've told my parents, my father and my mother, and I was super happy. I'm like, yes, that's good. So she said, I need your address. I said, for what? Like, are there army people who are going to come down and do some research or what? So she said, no, just give me your address. So I sent her my address.
All he told me was that, just give me a few days and I'll let you know. So few days turned into a week and few more days. And then he came up to me and he told me that, okay, fine, go ahead with it. And I knew he had done his research, his all investigation was done and he was happy. I was glad that he was happy with it. So I told him. Then I remember my dad telling me certain things about his family which I also did not know. And I asked him whether this was true and Nachiket freaked out. He's like, what did he do?
Then I called up her father. I asked her father, would it be a better idea if I propose to her at Chinmay and Padmini's engagement after they get engaged, of course.
So we all decided to fly down to Pune, which was my first time in the city.
We did a very formal, proper engagement for Chinmay and Padmini.
After all the pujas and stuff, he took the damn mic and he started talking about the fact that he wanted to do something important.
I left the mic, jumped off the stage, went all the way to where Akarshitha was sitting.
And all I remember, I was saying, please don't come here, please don't come here, please don't come here. And he came.
Got down on my knee and I proposed to her there.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me, 'cause we were just kids when we fell.
Another surprise of that evening was my best friend actually flew down, especially for me, because considering the fact that she's scared of flying, she was there, just came up to me and she said congratulations, and I remember saying thank you. And after saying thank you, I just stood still. I was like, I've seen her somewhere, and then just looked back again, and then I realized it was Avantika, my best friend, and then I hugged her. I nearly started crying. I couldn't even believe it, she was there.
Dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling. You look perfect tonight.
Come December, we were trying to figure out dates, and the best date to get married and the ideal date for us to get married was 5th of December. So we arranged for a good place, Gharkul Lawns, and Akarshitha, her family came down on the 4th, early morning on the 4th. Before that we had our Mehndi, our Sangeet. She had her individual Mehndi and Sangeet in Delhi with her friends. And then, of course, the D-Day turned up.
I think I had the most amazing time during our wedding. I was enjoying to the full. I was smiling, I was laughing. I was not at all that serious. The fun part came where the second ceremony, where I actually had to change and come back during the Mangalashtami ceremony. I did not know anything about that. I did not know what would go on, but it was a really lovely experience for me. It was so fun. I was enjoying. I think after they pour rice over your head, all of his friends lifted Nachiket up, and they were like, you can't put the garland on him, you can't put. I was like, okay, fine, I'll go back. Doesn't matter. Then he's like, no, put me down. And that was really fun. Even though the couple is on the same page, the families are not, something else would go wrong. But for us, our parents, our families, they've actually made it so easy considering the distance between the two cities, and also everything happened through the virtual world, nothing physically together. So I would really thank our parents for accepting us, accepting the fact that we have made a right decision, trusting us also, and making this journey even wonderful for us.
Right at the beginning, that second meeting with her in Delhi, that was the time that I already knew that she is the kind of person that I want to live with. I never expected marriage to be this easy. I never expected marriage to be this beautiful. I look forward for this marriage, and I look forward for the days to come, and hope to keep both of us as happy as I can. So that's about it.
Video.
Oh, it's a video. Oh, damn.
It's okay.
कर्नल साहब कुछ होएगा तो तुम्हारे पास बंदूक है ना? नचिकेत, actually this is your last moment. सावधान.
चांदीचा तारा चांदीची लाठी काहीपण करेल आकर्षिता
एक नंबर.
आकर्षिता माझ्यासाठी असं म्हण.
आज तक बहुत सारी खाने को चीजें लेके आज तक बहुत सारी खाने की चीजें लेके कोई खिलाड़ी नहीं.